Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk to you about the fact that we went to the barn sale this year as sellers and not as buyers. So that was something very different, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of the story of why this happened and how it turned out and things that I learned. So here we are. The first thing we had to do before we were able to go was to figure out what we were going to take with us. We had to clean out our cargo trailer and then load stuff in there and get ready to go. And so that's what we're doing here, is just figuring out what we're going to take. And this was something new for me and for us. We had never done this type of a sale before. I've done plenty of like craft type sales in the past where you rented a booth and you did a sale of handmade items and things like that, but I've never done a barn sale. But like I said, we have gone to this particular barn sale as buyers twice a year for several years. So here we are leaving, and we had to take 2 trucks and 2 trailers in order to get our stuff there and the camper so that we could stay. So I am the one pulling the cargo trailer, and I can tell you that that was not the easiest thing. I've pulled a truck and trailer before, but I've never pulled a trailer that when you look in your rear view mirror, it looks like you have this white wall right behind you. And that kind of freaked me out the first time I looked at it, and probably every time I looked at it all the way there, but we made it. And this was a cool little taxi that we passed on our way, and so I thought that I would show that to you because I liked it and I thought you would like it too. And now here we are. We've arrived there, and you can tell some people were already set up, and we are starting here to set up our things. And we didn't have any idea when we went. We didn't have any idea what size our booth space was going to be, how big it was going to be, what the area was going to be like. And so we kind of had to figure that out when we got there. We set our tents up. We had 2 tents, and we ended up moving them one time, and then starting to set our things up and kind of deciding we probably would have put them a little bit further back, and we'll do that the next time, but it worked out fine. Our booth space was really big, and all the way there, I really had worried about the fact that we might not have enough stuff. Our cargo trailer was packed full, but I didn't know how that was all going to work out when we took everything out and set it up in the space. So, here we are, we're unpacking, and I'm still thinking, I don't think we have enough stuff. I don't think we have enough big stuff. I don't think we have enough small stuff. I'm just not really sure. I think that in the end it did all turn out fine, and we did have enough stuff, but it was really hard to picture it before we got our booth set up. And like I said, we didn't have any idea how large our booth space was going to be or not be, and so we really didn't know what we were, going into. But I think that it all turned out fine. So one of the things that I really wanted to have for my booth was I wanted all my items priced. As a shopper, I really do not like shopping and not having the items priced, not knowing how much the things were, in the people's space. So I really wanted to have it priced. So I would like to hear from you. When you shop at a place like this, do you prefer for there to be prices on the items, or would you prefer for there not to be prices on the items where you have to ask the person, how much do you want for this? Because I don't like that. But I just kind of wonder what, everybody else thinks about it, how you feel about that. As far as trying to figure out how to price the items, I had shopped at this particular sale, like I said, for many years, so I kind of had a good idea, I feel like, about what the pricing was here, because my only other thing I had to judge by was my booth. You all know that I've had a booth in an antique store for many years, And so the pricing at the barn sale is definitely a lot different than the pricing in the booth. And I think that for anybody who's thinking about maybe doing something like this, you really should go and shop at the sale that you want to sell at to get an idea of the pricing before you get there. I think that would be really helpful to you. And I do know that it definitely helped me because I had a really good idea of how to price my items, and I think that we did really well with that. So that's what we're doing. And I had a lot of the things priced before we left even our house. I had priced them as we were packing them in the cargo trailer, but for the things that weren't priced, we were doing it now when we set up. I was putting prices on things because, like I said, I really wanted all of my items to be priced. And I really do want to know what y'all think about that. So let me go ahead and tell you why I'm even here doing this barn sale. And that goes back to February, actually a little bit before February. For the last couple of years, my booth sales have not been what they were before. I've had my booth since like 2013, so it's been a long time, and the sales have really, really been down. Not just for me, but for everybody. And I think that it's just the economy. The economy is just really, not doing well, and it's just putting a hardship on so many people, and they're feeling the effects of it. So I knew that this past year my booth sales had been really bad. I didn't know how bad. I had not done my taxes yet. But in February, at the end of February, I found out that the booth rent was going up and the yearly fees were going up. So all of the expenses for having that booth were fixing to be a pretty good bit more than what they had been before. And with the sales being down like they had been, and I did not really anticipate that they were going to be up any considerable amount for this year, since the economy is still not doing very well. So I just made the kind of spur of the moment decision to close my booth. So I closed my booth at the end of February, and that left me with a lot of things that I needed to sell. So as soon as I made that decision to close the booth, we contacted the people that run this barn sale here and went ahead and got a space so that we could come and sell here. So that's how I ended up at the barn sale, and it really was nice for us to do this together. We really enjoyed the time that we spent together doing this, and it was really nice to be here and be on the other side of it, the dealer side instead of the purchaser side. We met several other dealers, which we already knew a lot of them just from coming, but it was different being part of them instead of part of the shoppers. So it was a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed it. We did go ahead and secure our spot for the next sale. Now, things in life could come up that could prevent us from being able to go, but our plan right now is that we will be going back to the barn sale in the fall and selling again then. So that's why we're here. That's why I was doing this instead now of having my booth. And so I know it was the right decision to make, and I'm really glad that I did that. When we were, planning to go to the sale, like the day before we left, we were talking about the things we had, in our trailer. We were all packed up and ready to go. We had our trailer as full as we could get it, so we had a lot of stuff, but I really didn't have any idea like what the monetary value was of the stuff with what I had it priced. I didn't know what it was even possible to make there if we sold everything that we brought. So I had no idea what that was, but my husband and I were talking, and he said, what would you consider a good amount? And I just threw a number out there that I thought was really high, and we ended up making that amount. We made over the goal that I had set there, so that was pretty exciting. So we did battle several rainstorms over these 2 days. The sale was 2 days, and we had brought tarps, so we had to keep stopping what we were doing and covering our things and moving things under the tent. I think that happened, I forgot, several times during the sale. But still, even with that, we ended up having a really good couple of days. We did really well. Like I said, we kind of met that high goal that I set for us out there that I really didn't think was going to happen, but it did. We sold almost everything that we brought. We sold all of the big pieces, I think. I don't think we brought really any big pieces back with us. And we brought a few small things, but we did sell most of what we brought to the sale. So that was really nice. It felt like an accomplishment to get rid of a trailer full of stuff. It was good to come to the barn sale, and I hope that the people, you know, that they found things that they loved, and I know they did. So several people really liked the things that they bought and were excited about it. So that was fun, seeing people get things to go home and decorate their home with that they were excited to get. So all in all, it was a really good weekend. I'm glad that we went, and like I said, we are planning to go back unless something happens, you know, that prevents that from happening, but that is our plan at this point in time. So if you have any questions or you know, anything that you're wondering about as far as the barn sale goes, go ahead and you can leave that in the comments, and I'll try to answer those questions for you. And do let me know what you think about, like I said, having the items priced or not priced. What do you think about that? So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I make a new video. And thank you for joining me here today.